Not everyone who uses ACT will use it for a sales tool. Some people just use ACT to keep up with names and telephone numbers for their own personal use. But if you are one of those that use ACT for a sales tool, then you're really going to want to pay attention here, because ACT can be customized to be a tremendous sales tracking tool for any organization. Now, when we use ACT to track sales opportunities, it takes a little bit more work on our part to actually make it customized for the organization. But it's worth the work to make it really a nice tool that will track not only the opportunities that we have, but whether they are closed as won or closed as lost, and what the possibility there was, what the totals were, what kind of discounts we were giving. So we're going to take a look at this, and there's a couple different ways to get into the opportunities area of ACT. One way is to go up to the menu bar, go to Contacts, down to Opportunities, and then click on New Opportunity. But an even easier way, so I'm just going to click out of that for now, is to click on the Opportunities tab on any contact, and then to click on the New Opportunities button. Now, if I do this for Chris Huffman, who is the owner of the company, the CEO of the company that is going to have the sales opportunity, that's kind of ridiculous. So what we're going to do is just choose another contact. We'll just move on through and find somebody who is not in CH Gourmet Gifts. Here we go, Circle Photography in the United Kingdom. That should be exciting. So what we're going to do is say we have a new opportunity with Circle Photography. So we'll click on the New Opportunities tab. Now notice then that we have the opportunity to fill in, no pun intended, the new opportunity name. And let's just say it's a bulk chocolate sale. Whereas we're selling them, what they're doing is they're using our chocolates to do a promotion, and so we're selling them bulk chocolates to Circle Photography, to Sean Duffy. And that's what we want to do, is we want to track that. We're going to have some bulk chocolates and maybe some other things in the deal. And the status is we're opening the new account, we're opening the new opportunity. Now, later we'll use the closed won or closed lost, or possibly the inactive if it goes inactive, and we may want to associate this with a group or a company. If we do want to associate this with his company or with some other company, then we can click on the ellipsis and we can associate it with groups, subgroups, companies, divisions. So as you see, even though each opportunity can only be assigned to one contact, it can be associated with the group or company that represents that contact. Then, continuing down, what we're going to do is decide which process we're going to use. You can have multiple processes in ACT. Well, what's a process? Well, a process is what are the steps going to be in regards to the sale. The ACT sales cycle has 6 stages, and the easiest way to see these is to click on Stage, and you can see we've got initial communication, needs assessment, presentation, negotiation, commitment to buy, and then sales fulfillment. If we wanted to change these in the ACT sales cycle, we click on Edit List Values, and we could customize the ACT sales cycle. And again, this is just one that ACT has in. So if we wanted to add an additional step or to change the probability, it's very simple to do that here. So if I said it's a 95% probability after we get to that point, then I could make that change. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to close this. We could have a different sales cycle. So we can edit the list values on sales cycles and then add it on processes and then add in our new process. So create a new process. And then it basically just says, okay, well, what's the first step of your process going to be? What's the second step? So as you can see, this can be customized for an organization. If you know that it takes, and I'm going to close that, if you know that it takes a certain number of steps, that certain things have to be done in order for you to actually close a sale in your company, then you can use this process, or you can set up your own process so that it actually has the logical steps that you feel have to be done in order for you to get a sale. At each stage, the assigned probability will be automatically filled in. You notice when we looked at that before, when we looked at the initial communication versus, say, presentation, the probability now has gone tremendously up from 10% to 40%. So as we change each stage, we change the probability, but we can also change that default probability percentage. And we can put in an estimated close date. You can either type it in, or you can use the calendar to decide when this is estimated to close, and that way we can track. Let's say we think it's going to close on April 14th, so we choose that on the calendar. But that's not all. You can also customize for your company the products that are going to be in this particular opportunity. And that's where it really gets advantageous for someone who's tracking these sales. We'll talk about customizing for products and for costs and for discounts in our next section.